around, you don't exercise, you eat a lot of high-fat foods of the wrong kind, you develop fatty deposits in these blood vessels. And they accumulate. And we used to think they completely block the vessel. It's not true. They block about half the vessel, and then the instability of that block causes it to burst, and you get a sudden heart attack. Because the heart can accommodate to a slow reduction in blood flow, but when it happens suddenly, just like that, you get a heart attack. The most common time is 9 a.m. on a Monday, because that's when there's the highest stress, and the blood clots the most easily. High levels of blood cholesterol are a proven risk factor. However, there are other things that are also very important. Number one, high-fat, high-sugar diets, which lead to overweight and obesity. That's our core business. So we're already in the business of heart health. It's not a special subdivision. Inactivity, sitting all day, healthy, active lifestyle. Smoking and high blood pressure, and finally, high cholesterol. And for that, we have a great new product I'm going to tell you about. Now, the World Health Organization has looked at the people in Europe who have high cholesterol. A 10% reduction of blood cholesterol results in a 50% reduction in heart disease in men over 40 years of age during the next 5-year period, and a 20% decrease even in those who are 70 years old. So, you know, I want you to know, because I know we have a lot of Gen H's and young folks, aging starts very early, I hate to tell you. Studies of the heart in teenagers who die in accidents already show yellow streaks of cholesterol being deposited. So the earlier you can start on your healthy Herbalife program, not only will you feel better, but you're going to be preventing a lot of these things off in the future. So just as you invest money for your retirement, or you save money in the bank, save your health by doing the right things as early as you possibly can. So what is cholesterol? It's not a poison, it's a natural fatty substance. It's used to make hormones and bile acids and various things in your body. It plays a vital role in the production of vitamin D, and is very, very important. Now, there are 3 different measures of cholesterol. You don't have to memorize this. This is all going to be in your marketing materials that Russell will tell you about. But we know that people get their cholesterol measured at the doctor's office. There used to be a joke in California that everybody knew their real estate values and their cholesterol level because they were all worried about heart disease. This has been going on for a long time, but we have a nutrition solution now, which is really different from what's being offered out there in the way of drugs. There's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol that show up on your blood tests. The so-called low-density lipoprotein is the bad cholesterol. The high-density lipoprotein is a smaller particle. It has antioxidant enzymes in it, and it takes cholesterol out of your body. When you exercise, when you eat right, you lower the LDL cholesterol and you raise the good cholesterol, the HDL cholesterol. So what do our healthy, active lifestyle and diet? Now, cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in Europe. It's responsible for 4 million deaths, or 47% of all deaths in Europe. 2.6 million of those people have high cholesterol. Now, we're going to talk about what lowers high cholesterol, but I always like to talk about what happened to the other 1.4 million. Why don't they all die of high cholesterol if that's the main cause? The reason is there are other risk factors. Obesity and overweight is an independent risk factor for heart disease. So is smoking. So is inactivity. So is high blood pressure. So a lot of other causes, but high cholesterol is one of them. So we have something called beta heart. It's a very special fiber. You know, we already have a philosophy in Herbalife that everybody needs 25 grams of fiber every day or more. This is 1.5 grams of something called oat beta-glucan per scoop. It's high in fiber, 3 grams in a scoop. It's a source of protein, 25 calories per scoop, and it's sugar-free. Now, this is a very special type of fiber. It comes from the oat bran. When your body digests it, it releases a special chemical called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan binds the cholesterol and takes it out of your body, so your cholesterol level in your blood goes down. And there are more than 55 international studies proving that beta-glucan works and that it lowers your cholesterol. But what's really exciting for me is that everything we already do is lowering cholesterol. Because what happens is your cholesterol is actually made in the liver. That yellow triangle on the slide is the liver. So you can eat high cholesterol foods. This was the good news of the new dietary guidelines that came out last year. I've been saying this, of course, for 20 years and having arguments with professors. But they finally put it in the guidelines. Egg yolk is okay. Shrimp is okay. Only 10% of your cholesterol is from cholesterol you eat. 90% is made by your liver. under the influence of hormones that are raised by what? Overweight and obesity. So the commonest cause of high cholesterol out there is overweight and obesity. So it turns out that when you eat high-fat foods, they get turned into cholesterol by your body. That cholesterol is exported from the liver in a particle that's 80% triglyceride, 20% cholesterol. So 1 out of 250 people have isolated high cholesterol. This is what the drug companies got approved for in the first place. 1 out of 250 people. 1 out of 4 people have what I call the typicus americanus blood panel, which is a slightly high cholesterol, very high triglyceride, and low HDL cholesterol. This affects 50% of Americans between 45 and 65. Many of the countries around the world I've gone to, including Taiwan, it's 50% of the population. In China today, 500 million people have what is called metabolic syndrome, which we've done studies on. This is this combination of high fat in your body, high fat in your blood. So just like we match the protein in your diet to the protein in your body, we want to get rid of the excess fat you're carrying in your liver. Fatty liver is the number 3 cause of liver transplantation in the world today. Number 1 is viral infection, alcoholism, number 2, number 3, fatty liver. So fatty liver occurs in 40 to 50% of people who have excess fat in the middle of their body. You don't have to be big and obese. This is the work that Julie Bell has done in London. So when we look at the liver, what it's doing is it's putting cholesterol out in the bile. That bile cholesterol is then reabsorbed into the bloodstream, what we call the cholesterol pool. So it's like your swimming pool at home, just sitting there, it's a certain size. Beta-glucan binds the cholesterol in your intestine, takes it out of your body, the pool gets smaller, your blood level gets lower, and less gets into your heart. So this is how beta-glucan, very natural. So if you have a customer who had a father, mother, aunt who died of heart disease, they're concerned about heart disease. When you talk to them, you say, look, our whole program works together to lower your cholesterol. We also have a great new product called Beta Heart. Let me tell you about it. There are 55 studies that show that it lowers cholesterol. And here's how it works. It's very natural. It's not a drug. It binds the cholesterol in your intestine, takes it out of your body. The pool of cholesterol in your body gets smaller, and your blood level goes down. Very simple. It's not the cholesterol you eat. It's the cholesterol you make in your body because of your bad lifestyle. And we're going to fix that for you. That's what you have to tell people. So the 3 steps to a healthy heart. Eat well. Choose vegetable oils like olive oil over animal-derived fats like butter. Oily fish or lean poultry. Nuts, seeds, or soybeans over ready-to-eat snacks. Active lifestyle, very important. One of the greatest things you can do for yourself is 30 minutes a day of active lifestyle. I know many of you, and Mark Addy here in the audience today, have incorporated this into what we call fit clubs and other DMOs where you involve exercise. It's uncomfortable at the beginning. I had to drag my wife to the gym. She wanted to sit on the telephone and go shopping. But I got her to go to the gym. And now we work out together, and it makes you feel great. Gives you that energy every day. And you already know that I'm 68 and a half years old, but I still feel fantastic because I take the product every day and I exercise every day. And boost your diet with this whole group of products that we told you about, using them all together. Now, let's go a little further into fiber. Fiber is good for you. Soluble fibers all fibers are things we don't digest. You know, we're working on the microbiome. You have trillions of bacteria in your gut. Whatever you don't eat, many of the bacteria are happy to eat it for you. And sometimes they produce a little gas, which could be a problem, but that's what they do. Now, the stuff that they eat is called soluble fiber. The stuff they can't eat is insoluble fiber, sort of like a tree bark. It just goes in one end and comes out the other. Apple fiber is a soluble fiber. It's digested by the bacteria. It affects the population of bacteria in your gut. So we eat our food changes us. We become different based on the foods we eat every single day. And your microbiome changes every day, throughout the day. Your genes, by the way, change every day throughout the day. They don't stay fixed. When they discovered the genes, at the early part of the 21st century, they thought, oh, that's fixed. It's not fixed. It's what you eat every day. It's your healthy, active lifestyle that's important. So how difficult is to get fiber? Well, apparently very difficult, because most Americans only get about 10 grams a day. I know here in Europe it's also a challenge. So basically, you want to have this fiber both to help your daily fiber intake, and it will really help you by also lowering the cholesterol. Now, finally, phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are an exciting new area of scientific research. Over 100,000 phytonutrients classified by color. Some are fat-soluble, some go to form vitamins, like beta-carotene, which goes to form vitamin A. Many of them interact with your body in amazing ways. The beta-carotene you eat goes into the sweat glands in your hands, and they actually change your skin color. So our nutrition programs, our outer nutrition, inner nutrition, depends on getting all these great products in your body and on the surface of your body. So the skin, the top 14 layers are dead skin. If you see people eat a lot of salads, you'll notice their palms are a little bit orange in color. This is from the beta-carotene. So phytonutrients have effects on your body, on your brain, your eyes, your whole body. And there's a lot of work on this. So this is a growing area. We have tea and natural caffeine. Green tea, our green tea is fantastic. We have 4 Chinese tea farms in Changsha in Hunan province, China. We have a 10-ton teapot of hot water, stainless steel. And we dry down 200 pounds per hour of tea into the powder that we put into these products. And so green tea is one of our biggest products. It was discovered by the ancient Chinese emperors 5,000 years ago when a leaf flew into some boiling water by accident. The emperor drank it and said, hey, this tastes pretty good. And that has become a major, major product for us. Aloe vera is another huge product. We are the leaders in aloe vera. We have aloe vera fields in northern Mexico. We have a $400,000 machine in Los Angeles which analyzes that aloe vera lot to lot to make sure that that aloe vera is constantly the same composition. And it's a very complex thing, you know. This plant makes various carbohydrates that vary between 50,000 and 200,000 molecular weight. These are huge, huge molecules. And we are the leader in that field and doing research every day on aloe vera. So our phytonutrients is our growing edge. You're going to hear a lot more about that. I happen to know that the ESG here and the scientists in Europe are working on phytonutrients. So keep your ears open. You're going to be seeing more and more about phytonutrients in the future. So we have a lot of surprises for you. Now, you know, a lot of people, they just walk around with an illusion of health. They think they're healthy. Dr. Jimmy Bell in London has opened an Institute of Optimal Health because people walk around thinking they're healthy, but they're not healthy. They think, oh, gee, I look pretty good. Well, the suit doesn't fit quite as well as it used to. I must be putting on a few pounds. But if you start early with a healthy diet and lifestyle, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Waiting until you get a high blood sugar or a high blood pressure is like calling the plumber after your basement has already flooded. Would have been much better had you fixed the pipes in the first place. So you do this by these 3 simple things. If I leave you with anything else, balanced nutrition, healthy active lifestyle, and personalization, which you deliver to each person that you see. Now, physical activity is critical because the way your muscles grow, they're not like other cells in your body. When you strain a muscle, you actually create a little bit of a signal that brings in cells that merge with your muscle and make it larger. So that's something you need to do every day with your 30 minutes of exercise, and that will make that work better. I'm going to walk up the stairs here for a moment. So I just want to leave you with this. Mark Hughes said, never forget where it all started, but never doubt how far we can go. Thank you, Dublin!